Clive Harold Everton, born on 7 September 1937 in Worcester, England, died on 27 September 2024 at the age of 87. He was a broadcaster, journalist, commentator, author and former professional snooker and billiards player. He edited Snooker Scene magazine for 51 years and authored over 20 books on cue sports. He served as the Guardian snooker correspondent from 1976 to 2011 and commentated on snooker for the BBC from 1972 until 2010. Everton began his snooker commentary on BBC Radio during the 1972 World Championship, where Alex Higgins won his first title. His television commentary debut occurred at the 1978 World Championship. He worked alongside Ted Lowe and Jack Carnham during the 1980s and became the BBC's lead commentator after 1996. His commentary style was restrained and precise. He used surnames, avoided unnecessary speech, and favoured clarity. "Warning, genius at work," he once said during a Jimmy White century. He summed up Shaun Murphy's 2005 world title with "amazing," "astonishing." In 2009, his role at the BBC diminished. He was not selected to commentate at the Masters and only covered the World Championship until the quarter-final stage. He stated, "I'm hurt and angry because I find the reasons presented to me incomprehensible." In 2010 and 2011, his commentary presence was limited. After leaving the BBC, he continued to work with Sky Sports and ITV. His final commentary came during the 2019 Champion of Champions. Everton's contributions extended beyond broadcasting. In 1966, he became editor of Billiards and Snooker, which he left in 1971 due to disagreements with the Billiards and Snooker Control Council. He then established World Snooker, which merged into Snooker Scene in 1972. He continued as editor until 2022 and remained an editorial consultant afterward. The magazine regularly covered internal governance issues in snooker and was involved in multiple legal disputes. He won all 20 court cases initiated due to his coverage. Everton was known for his investigative journalism. In his memoir Black Farce and Cue Ball Wizards, he stated that snooker's governing bodies had frittered away its potentialities through incompetence, mismanagement, and worse. He served briefly on the WPBSA board, but stepped down due to conflicts of interest. He received several recognitions for his work. He was inducted into the World Snooker Hall of Fame in 2017. He was appointed member of the Order of the British Empire, or MBE, in 2019. In 2022, the British Open Trophy was renamed the Clive Everton Trophy. Everton had a playing career in both snooker and billiards. He won the British Under-16 billiards title in 1952 and the Under-19 title in 1956. He claimed the Welsh amateur billiards title 5 times between 1960 and 1999 and reached 5 English amateur championship finals. He turned professional in 1981 and achieved a highest snooker ranking of 47th. His most notable snooker win was a 5-2 victory over Patsy Fagan in the 1982 Professional Players Tournament. He retired from professional snooker in 1991. He also reached a professional billiards ranking of 9th and stayed in the top 20 into his 60s. In 2008, he won the Midlands Amateur Billiards title for the 14th time. Everton experienced a back injury in 1977, requiring spinal disc fusion. His altered playing style included a visible twist into each shot. Despite this, he remained competitive for several years. He also competed in the 2005 World Billiards Championship, but did not progress beyond the group stage. Beyond cue sports, Everton played tennis for Worcestershire for 13 years. He participated in Wimbledon qualifiers and once defeated Mike Sangster. He managed squash world #1 Jonah Barrington and played a role in the creation of the B&H Masters snooker tournament in 1975. He founded Everton's news agency, which covered a range of sports, including football, hockey, and rugby. He launched Hockey Scene, a monthly magazine, and contributed reports to various newspapers. He also helped revive the British Junior Championship and assisted in founding the International Billiards and Snooker Federation. Everton was known for his traditional approach. He used an old-fashioned lip mic and preferred handwritten reports. He dictated articles to copy takers well into the digital age. A gust of wind once scattered the handwritten draft of a novel he had placed on his car roof, and he never resumed the project. He was described as avoiding social scenes with players and focusing entirely on work. He maintained distance and objectivity, using surnames during commentary and resisting informal interactions. Everton suffered from Parkinson's disease in later years, which limited his ability to travel and write. He stepped down as Snooker Scene editor in 2022. Nevertheless, he continued watching tournaments and contributing occasional articles. He is survived by his wife, Valerie, whom he married in 1961, and their 5 children, Jane, Julie, Kate, Lucy, and Dan. Following his death, tributes came from across the snooker world. Dennis Taylor recalled meeting Everton in 1965 at the British Junior Billiards Championship. Shaun Murphy remarked on the timing of his passing during the week players were competing for the Clive Everton trophy. Neil Robertson recounted hearing Everton's voice on videotapes sent to Australia. Ken Doherty highlighted his ability to build drama. Stephen Hendry described him as widely respected. Dave Hendon, friend and fellow commentator, wrote, "The voice of snooker is silent now, but will forever be remembered by the sport he loved." The World Snooker Tour called him one of snooker's greatest ever commentators. A minute's silence was held at the British Open. The BBC stated, "His iconic voice is synonymous with the sport." Everton was a central figure in snooker's transition from a niche pastime to a major televised sport. His life was defined by cue sports and shaped through broadcasting, writing, and advocacy. His archive of work continues through his books, articles, and long tenure at Snooker Scene. He issued a clear and immediate response when questioned about a possible snooker comeback. The 7-time world champion, who retired twice from professional competition, left no room for speculation. During a casual game filmed for his YouTube channel, Stephen Hendry's Q-Tips, Australian star Neil Robertson jokingly asked if Hendry would consider returning to the tour. Hendry, smiling, replied without hesitation, "No." Hendry initially retired from snooker in 2012 following a 27-year career. He had amassed 18 Triple Crown titles and reached 57 ranking finals, securing victory in 36 of them. At the time, his record of 7 World Championship titles was unmatched. That mark has since been equalled by Ronnie O'Sullivan. 8 years after stepping away, Hendry returned in 2020. He accepted a 2-year invitational tour card, citing renewed confidence and improved form. His results, however, did not meet expectations. Across 4 seasons, he won only 3 of 20 matches. Despite receiving another invitational card, he confirmed his second retirement last year. Now 56, Hendry has shifted focus. He works as a pundit, co-hosts the Snooker Club podcast with Mark Watson, and continues growing his YouTube presence. His channel is approaching 400,000 subscribers. It was during filming for this channel that the comeback question emerged. After potting the black in a relaxed setting, Robertson teased him about his form. Hendry laughed, then firmly rejected any comeback plans. While he is widely regarded as one of the sport's all-time greats, Hendry omitted himself from his top 5 snooker players list. Asked to name 5 figures for a hypothetical snooker Hall of Fame, he selected players based on performance, achievements, and temperament. "I've got my 5 players, but I don't know where to rank them," Hendry said during the Snooker Club podcast. "I haven't thought about it, but I think that's a good thing, so this will be pure reaction." He began with Ronnie O'Sullivan at number 1. Hendry highlighted O'Sullivan's success and cue ball control. "Best I have ever seen," he said. "He's an artist with the cue ball. His safety game as well. Under pressure, his bottle is unquestionable. Ronnie O'Sullivan is my number 1. Second place came down to a close call between Mark Williams and John Higgins. Hendry opted for Williams. "I'll go with Mark just because of his recent record against John at the Crucible," he explained. "He is a freak of nature. He has the best temperament of any sportsman I have seen. He maybe hasn't got the cue power of others, but he has great touch and he is just a brilliant potter." John Higgins was placed 3rd. Hendry praised his match play and scoring. He said, "Number 3 is obviously John Higgins, one of the greatest, if not the greatest match player of all time. His scoring, like O'Sullivan, he's done over 1,000 centuries. People talk about his match play and shot selection, but to me his scoring has been his strength." Mark Selby ranked 4th. Hendry admitted that Selby might have ranked higher if his recent seasons had mirrored earlier dominance. Number 4 would be number 2 if not for the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years of his career where he's not continued that domination of the game. Mark Selby is one of the all-time greats. In terms of ball striking, I don't think there's many above him. The obvious thing to say is the tactical game and when he can win when he's not at his best. I'd hate to play him, I did play him, and I hated it. The final selection came down to Judd Trump and Steve Davis. Hendry leaned toward Davis, number 5. This could be out of 2 players. Judd Trump, for what he's won, has got to be considered, but he's only won 1 world title. Steve Davis is my number 5, 6 world titles. His utter domination of the 80s, people will scream that the players were not as good. I don't care. If he was playing the way he did in the 80s, he'd be in the top 16 today. He was the ultimate winning machine and someone I learned a lot from in my whole attitude to the sport. Hendry acknowledged the subjective nature of such lists. He said results might differ on another day. Nonetheless, he maintained consistency in his approach, selecting based on clear achievements. Observers have noted his omission of Ray Reardon and Joe Davis, both iconic names in snooker history. Reardon won 6 world championships. Joe Davis, active in the early 20th century, was the sport's first great champion. Hendry's own exclusion from the list did not go unnoticed. While many would include him among the all-time greats, Hendry refrained. His choices reflected humility and a desire to spotlight others' achievements. Steve Davis asked Hendry how he would react if O'Sullivan secured an 8th title while he was on commentary. Hendry paused, then said, "Of course I'll hate it." Davis followed with, "How are you going to get the words out of your mouth?" Hendry replied, "And sound genuinely happy for him." He laughed and added, "No, if it happens it's going to be weird. Listen, whether he's still there in the final weekend or not, we're both happy he's in it, right?" Davis agreed but commented, "There's a lot of people hoping O'Sullivan will win just to see the look on your face."
Hello.
35.
Attention all pockets. Oh! That's really sensational stuff from Judd Trump.
Stephen Hendry had identified Judd Trump as the man to beat at the World Snooker Championship as the tournament approached the quarter-final stage. Trump had advanced with victories over Joe Yuelong and Shaun Murphy. His performance had included 5 centuries in the first round and a milestone 100th century of the season during his second-round match. Against Joe Yuelong, Trump had recorded a commanding 10-4 win. In his next match, he had defeated Shaun Murphy 13-10, overcoming the 2024 Masters champion. The second-round clash had marked Trump's 100th century of the season. He was scheduled to face either Luca Brissell or Ding Junhui in the next round.